In this example, you're going to learn how to handle errors within a workflow process. There are a couple of different ways to handle, and we're going to show you those examples of those. So let's go ahead and create a new process definition. So let's call it error def. And the way I'm going to simulate error is by using the decision step. So let's go ahead and use the decision step. And in this case, I'm going to provide an invalid expression so that the step will go into an error. So here normally it's 1 equal 1, but I'm just going to say 1 equal 1. And you can see it even gave me saying invalid expression, use 2 equal signs. But I'm going to go ahead and save this. Flowrite might give you some error handling descriptions here saying this is invalid, and even when you go to create instance, you will see that the definition has failed validation. Please correct the invalid steps. So I'm going to ignore those warnings, and I'm going to go ahead and say generate and say create and execute. And if we go and look at our process instances, you will see now we have error def instance 1. The status is error, and you can see that the decision step went into error, so it made the whole instance go into error. Okay. So in this case, you can see if there's any step within your workflow that goes into an error, then the whole process instance will go into error status. You can of course fix that error and continue, but before we do that, let's see how we handle error within a step gracefully. So let's go back to our process, and in this case I'm going to use a placeholder step. So let's search for the placeholder, and I'm just going to put that over here and connect the dots. What you can do is you can actually say, okay, if this step had an error, go to this next step, but only go on error. So I can say error, and automatically now it will put the line condition as error. So if anything happens in this step, it will go to this next step. Let's go ahead and save that, and let's go ahead and create another instance and execute that. And now if you look at in error def instance 2, completed without any errors, but you can see that the step still errored, and you can see there's an error with this little icon, but given the error, it went to this next step and the workflow completed. So there are certain cases you might want to use this. For example, we have a client that puts a document into the document management system, and let's say that call fails. Let's say the DMS is down, or DMS is doing some backups, and it was not able to perform that operation. Then what they will do is, in that case, the step generates an error, and then it goes into a review step, like a task step, and the user is able to click, yep, go ahead and resubmit it again, and it goes and calls that step again, and then maybe it might work this time since the DMS is up. So this is a more nicer way to handle errors within your process. Thank you.